Oh, I'm so excited. I am getting to interview my trainer and the person that literally got so many of us through COVID. Adron Tennell is here with us today. Adron, tell everybody what they're going to learn about you on this podcast.
Oh, you're about to take a glimpse into my life, about how I started, my family, what I was doing on and off when COVID was going, before COVID was, and after COVID.
I love it. All right, stay tuned.
Welcome to the Dallas Culture Club podcast. For those who seek to create meaningful connections with other purpose-driven locals in a more authentic relationship with yourself. I'm your host, Carrie Horn, founder of Passion Dallas Media. And through these talks with my incredible guests and my own life experiences, I'm going to show you that the secret to building a more connected and joyful life is through your conversations and cultural experiences. Come on, let's dive in. Hey, Dallas. We are so excited to be back with you today for episode 4, season 1 of the Dallas Culture Club podcast. Here, you have the opportunity to hear the stories of local creative leaders who are shaping the culture of our city. And today, we have a very special guest. Adrian Tennell is a multi-sport athlete, playing everything from football, basketball to track, and everything in between. Adrian founded Tennell Elite Training using his gifts and talents combined with his special ability to connect with kids to help develop athletes. Without further ado, let's listen in to my special conversation with Adrian Tennell. I am super excited. I want to tell you something, and I've been really thinking about this. I would not have been able to make it through COVID without you.
Really? Huh.
And I feel like there's a lot of us that maybe don't tell you that because we're just too busy like hustling in the streets like you make us do. But you were such a big piece in uplifting us and keeping us in shape and keeping our minds right. And I am so grateful for you. I just want you to know how grateful I am for you.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I had no idea.
We're here today with Adrian Tennell. He's my personal trainer these days. He's the one. I mean, you're the one for me these days. Keeping me active out there in our boot camp class, outside when we can't be inside. And we thought we were just about to be able to get back inside. And now it's looking like we're not going to be able to get inside again. And we still have you. And I am so freaking thankful for that, because to me, like the one sense of normalcy that we had in this massive chaos was this class. And it was the ability to like meet people that we maybe wouldn't have met otherwise, including you. Yeah. And see people and train and sweat and feel normal for at least 1 hour on the days that we got to be with you. And so you're the COVID king for me, Adrian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Something that that I think about often about your personality, which is, I know this is not comfortable to you. He's not comfortable right now, but our goal today is to make him comfortable. But I think that's the beauty and the essence of who you are. And I know, like, to you, it doesn't feel that way, but I think like it's so obvious what a genuine, just good person that you are through and through. And, I love that you're here because it's not like the norm for you. So
this is definitely not. No.
You don't mind videoing the rest of us. It's just putting you on the video you have a problem with. My hair's all a mess. We're sweating. We never looked worse. And Adrian's like, hey, you know. But we got you all pretty and you're still nervous. I don't know. This is not seeming fair. But no, I know. It's strange, right? It's strange to display and expose yourself. And it's so necessary right now. And it just doesn't feel right, does it?
No.
Yeah. It's nice to be behind it.
Yes.
How in the world did you start in your very extensive fitness sports journey? So
I've been playing sports ever since I was little. You know, I started when I was 5,
Yeah.
my parents put me in some tackle football.
At 5?
5, 6. I was playing a little bit of tackle. Well, it wasn't like a tackle, but it was tackling. They was hitting me pretty hard. So I was playing sports ever since I was little. Growing up, I was always playing. I got in middle school, high school, college. I was playing, and then when my playing days ended, I was like, man, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You know. So I came back to my high school, and I saw some kids. It was like football players. You know, I was like, oh man, they don't look too good. How they're running and how they're moving around, and that's how I kind of got started. You know, went back and it was actually watching my brother play. And I was just like, man, they need some work, you know. So I got in touch with a friend. He helped me for a year. I was like underneath his wing. He was showing me all the stuff that I was doing, the ins and outs. Like, you should do this, you should do that, on all types. Like, just working, not just with the training, but outside the business also. So he helped me big time with this.
Thank God for mentors, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like, we all need them. That's awesome. So you decide that you're going to start training in sports. Did you start only in football, or?
At first, yes, it was only football. So I've been doing this for 4 years now, and when it was a grind. It was a struggle. So I had like 2 kids that I was working out with. We was working out for about an hour and a half a day, and I was driving 30 to 40 minutes to go meet those kids to train them. And I mean, I wasn't complaining at all. I was happy. I was excited, you know, to show them the stuff that I was learning, the new stuff that they should do. So that was part of it. Yeah.
There's something, and I know you do, like, I'm obviously a part of your adult boot camp class, but the essence of what you do is all around kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
He does adults. He will work with adults.
Yeah, I will.
But you've got this special affinity, it seems like, in working with kids. What do you think that is for you?
I got 3 kids myself, so
That's
I think,
not enough for you?
So 3.
You need more?
Actually, girl dad is what I am. I had my hat, so I had 3 daughters. And I feel like, I mean, I'm always just being around kids. I had a lot of cousins, a lot of nieces.
Yeah.
Well, I got like 8 nieces, you know, so I've been around kids. And I think I feel like I don't know, I'm like a big kid myself type of deal.
I love that. Yeah, you definitely have. Like, I've watched you with the kids. Like, there's not, like, you just mesh with people, like with kids. Like, it doesn't matter who, you just sort of seem, you have this very natural way with them. It doesn't come across as anything other than just natural. Yeah.
So growing up, I was like, you know, I had a lot of different types of coaches, and some coaches kind of knew how to, like, I'm not a person that likes to be yelled at and like, you better do this, you better do that. Like, I shut down when I was like that. So, and then I had coaches that was like lifting me up, but they were still kind of, you know, like, criticizing me, but still lifting me up in a positive way, you know. So I had like all these different types of coaches. So I think that really helped me with the kids, because once I meet a kid, I kind of know, all right, he needs to be pushed a little more, or he needs to be, you know, or he or she, they need to be like, all right, give him some words of encouragement. You can do this. Let's go. You only got a couple more. Go as hard. Like, I think I can mesh with them.
You do mesh with them. Yeah. That's amazing. You're a girl dad. First of all, you and your wife are just absolutely adorable on social media. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, but I know you're like high school sweethearts. Is that correct?
Yes, we are. She's a year older than me, so going into my sophomore year in high school, we got together.
And you've been together all this time?
Mm-hmm. We have been together.
That's so amazingly beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. So through college, did you go to the same college?
She went to North Texas for 2 years. Okay. And then she came up there to Oklahoma, where I was at for 2 years.
Okay. So you were together for most of it.
Most of it, yes.
Okay. What is that like? Like, what is it like to be with somebody from such a young age and actually like grow up with them into parenthood and everything else you guys have on your plates?
Yeah, no, it was good. I had somebody that told me not don't take sand to the beach. And I was like, what? I was like, he was like, don't take sand to the beach. Man, you know, well, I didn't listen. Well, I like the sand that I like. I love the sand. I like her. So she's going to come to wherever I was going. So I'm glad I didn't listen to that person. And I took my own advice, and she moved up, and we've been good since.
That's amazing. Wow. Don't take sand. I have never heard that before. And I didn't even know what you meant when you said that. But yeah, that makes sense. Right.
So yeah, it was just like, because when I was coming out of high school, I was a pretty top ranked player and all that stuff. So this person was just like, well, you're going to meet new people. You know, like, I don't want to meet new people. You know, I like I like what I got.
I think that's a testament to what I see in you. Because like, that is what I see, like this, but that's a strength of character, Adrian. Like, that's having gratitude and understanding what you got, and not having, you know, whatever blinders on and just, you know, thinking there's something better, grass is greener on the other side, is a true testament to your character. What are your parents like? Like, where did that come from? Is it innate?
Yeah. My I know they probably won't like this. My parents was they wasn't all for dating you know, outside your race. My wife's Hispanic, you know. So at first, you know, they was like, no, you can't do that. But then as the months went on and they saw her, they got to meet her, you know, like it started to all right, she has my son in check. So, you know, she sounds like a keeper. And then the big test came when she had to meet my sister, and my sister, you know, she's the oldest, and nobody could date her baby brother. So so my older sister tried to run her away, and she stayed, you know. So now it's just a big old my parents actually talk to her almost more than they talk to me.
It's so funny. I mean, you know, that's so common in all of our races and religions. And I was raised that way as well. You know, it's like this fear that came in our parents' generation of like, this is who we are. And this is who we are.
Yeah.
And there's just nobody, like, there's just nothing past that. I think like that must have been difficult on both ends, because did she have the same thing growing up, or were her parents more open to the situation?
Her mom was, but not her dad. Her dad was not open to it. But he kind of seen, like, got around, because the more we started to see, more we started to hang.
Right.
It took him about a full maybe 2 years to kind of talk to me.
Right.
So, but now
He just didn't see you for 2 years.
He didn't. No, he really didn't. He maybe said a couple words to me, but that was about it. You know.
So
but now we're messaging each other, we're texting each other. You know, we stay down the street from him. He comes over, hangs out all the time. So
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so you know, it's like that testament to like open your eyes and be receptive, and you might find the best present, a wonderful son-in-law, a wonderful daughter-in-law to call your own, and again, that loves your child, and you have beautiful grandchildren with, and gosh, those girls are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
What is it like being a father to 3 girls? I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Oh, it's my oldest just turned 12. My middle's going to be 10 in 2 weeks, and I got a 3-year-old. And yes, it's
sassy little 3-year-old.
Oh, big time. She's the boss. Yeah, she's the boss. She actually wanted to come here today, but I'm glad I didn't bring her, because she probably would have burned your complex now. Yeah.
My tenants would have been mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so what is it? I mean, what is a day in the life like, and how do you survive that with all those girls?
Yes, because I got a house full of girls. Luckily, we just got a dog, and you know, it's a male. So
was that your condition? Like, it has to be male.
It got to be, yes. Because at first we had a girl dog, and you know, she got old, and we got another dog. So we had to get a male dog. I couldn't be the only one in the house, but it's fun. It's a lot of makeup, a lot of, Dad, let me paint your toes, let me paint your fingers. You know, if I had some hair, they're probably like, Dad, let me do your hair. But it's fun. I love it. You know, the snuggles, you know, the hugs, you know, they come up, give me a kiss, you know, especially the 3-year-old, Dad, I missed you. You know, I just walked out the house and came back in, you know, so it's great.
You guys must have been really young when you had your first daughter?
Yeah, my senior year in college. So I think it was 22, 23.
Yeah. Oh my. So what is that like? What is it like to be such a young parent?
It was tough because it was the beginning. I had her in the fall, the summertime. So I still had my senior year go to do. So it was hard.
Yeah.
So we still had practices at 5 a.m. And, the baby doesn't know when she wants to sleep, when she got to be awake. Still had to go to school, study hall, games and all that. And then my wife was working. So we had some good friends there that helped us big time.
Wow.
And our parents come up, my mom and dad, her parents come up sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks to help with the kid, with help with her, with the baby. Oh, yeah, it was good. We had we had a village.
It takes a village with that. So it takes a village anyway, but when you are young and you've got all of these responsibilities and then the ultimate responsibility comes your way, I mean, thank goodness for the village. You have to have the village.
Yeah, and luckily I had some good teachers because I had to take her to class a couple times. So, they let me bring her to class and she would just sleep in class, but it was good. Yeah.
So she was an easy one.
She was the easy one. Yeah, she was good.
Yeah. Shauna, my daughter, was actually like that too. So as long as they're that way, where they sleep everywhere and they do the right thing, it's fine.
It's fine.
You get, the wrong one and you're just like, oh no, this is not going to work. Yeah. So what do you think is the thing that keeps you in sports? Because and in training and just kind of meshing your way into people's lives in that capacity, what motivates you to stay in that business and sit in the heat literally from morning until night? I think about you all the time.
No, it's great. I get messages every once or twice a week when people is like sending me videos of their kid running or send me videos of them doing something like, they didn't do this before, thanks to you. Like, I get emotional because I love it. Like, I got a whole, photo gallery. Because I like to screenshot and I like to go back and look at it and see why I'm doing it. Because sometimes it get tough, Sometimes it's tough out there.
When you're sitting in the 110 degree weather from, I don't know what time you get out there, but it's early.
Early, yeah.
Until 7, 8 o'clock at night. I mean, I would think your brain might melt. I don't know what would happen to me. Yeah, no,
it's great. Like I said, when you get those messages and that you know that you're like making a difference, Yeah. I love that. That's exactly why I do it. A kid today was like, "Do you like being out here?" I said, "I love being out here. Look at you. You're going as hard as you can, and you got a smile on your face. Why are you doing it?" Like, yeah, I like being out here. The heat. Once I get out there, the heat. I don't even notice it. I don't know if you see me. I'm out there. I'm out there sometimes with full sleeves on. Yeah. It's not really. I'm not really focused on the heat because I'm more focused on what I got to do to help get the kid or the adults, better.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't focus on the heat. I would agree with that. We're felling and and dying and complaining for the 1 hour we're out there, and you're just like, what? It's like, don't you feel the breeze? And we're like, no.
Yeah, you got to take your mind somewhere else, right? Like you told me here.
You know what though? That is true. That is, and the next hills that we run, which is not this weekend, is it? It's probably next weekend. I'm going to think that because I thought I was going to die the last hills. I mean, I didn't really think I was going to die, but I agree with you that my mindset was in a place of defeat instead of I can conquer this.
Yeah.
How do you work on mindset though when you're in athletics? Like I've never had, I always think it comes to me separately. Like either somebody's teaching me like mindset and meditation and chill and whatever, or somebody's like pushing me, sports. How do you bring them together?
I think sometimes you just gotta, when you wake up, all right, this is what I got. You get out that bed, I got the hills. Let me get my mind right. I know I'm gonna be out there for 45 to an hour. I'm gonna just lock in when I get out there. And then it's come my job where I'm trying to still motivate you while you're still out there to still give you some extra encouragement while you still already have your encouragement from yourself going.
But that connected for me, and I don't think I do that. And you're right. It's that preparation of, all right, Carrie, you're going. Adrian's going to kick your what out of whatever, but you can do this.
Yeah.
And you've done this umpteen times and whatever. So I don't come having thought through it first.
Because once you get in that, it's hot.
Yeah.
You're already putting, you're already throwing it out there, you know?
Pour me.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I know that y'all can, I seen you out there killing it, you know?
Yeah. I didn't kill it last time. I almost killed myself, but I didn't kill it. I didn't kill it. What do you think? Because we talked about this like before we turned the cameras on, that you literally played every single sport that you could play. Well, football? You tell them.
Yep. Football. I played football, basketball, and I ran track. And the only reason I kind of got
at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. So the only reason I really got in track was because my wife now was my girlfriend then. So because she was in track, and you know, we get a little more hanging out because you get to leave school a little early.
That's so cute. You know? But you became kind of a track star.
And and I became pretty good. I was okay in track. Pretty good.
Pretty good with the high jump. Am I wrong?
Yep. Long jump. I did some long jump. Yeah. So that was the only one I did other ones, but my main one was long jump.
Wow. So you're playing all these sports, you're super busy, and we talked about like what the meaning that it had in your life. You kind of said to something to the effect of it, like it kept you in check and kept you, out of the streets, out of the trouble, out of the stuff that some of your friends might have been into, and kept you grounded. You had all these coaches because you've got all these sports. What did you pick up along the way from just this constant layer of training? Yeah, no,
my college coach, Coach Stoops, he was the one that got me, like, because he was like, you need to be early. If you're 5 minutes early or you're on time, you're late. So he taught us to be there 15, 20 minutes early, not just walking there, like on the field ready to go 15, 20 minutes. So like, and he was, so I wasn't very good in school, like in math. I wasn't very good in math, but so I had 1 year where he was like, if you fail this class, you're going to be kicked out of the school. We're taking your scholarship away, and you're going to be out of here. And he put some fear in me. So that summer, I had to go to tutoring 3 times a day while I was still doing football training in the mornings, in the evenings, and I still had to do like a study hall in the afternoon. So I was grinding for that month and a half, getting ready to take this test, and I just crushed the test. And I was like, man, when you put your mind to it and you really put your head down and you go, like anything is possible. And he taught me that too. That's
interesting too, because and I could be wrong, but it seems like you had a natural propensity, like that you could just play sports. Like, not that it came easy, you had to work at it, but you had abilities. But when it comes to something like math, where, let's face it, there's so much fear around math because, I'm not smart enough, I can't do it, all the things that we do that other people probably tell us along the way. What does it feel like to ace something that you think you suck at, essentially? Like, that must have been amazing.
Oh, no, it was great. It was great because as soon as I passed it, and I they told me that I passed, I called my parents, and it was like, what? You did? And they were just screaming, and because I always had trouble growing up, but as soon as I passed it, they was just screaming. It was exciting. I was jumping up and down. I couldn't wait, and told my coach, and like it was just tremendous joy for that day. And then I went to football, and they put me back in my place.
The party was over.
Yes, you did it. Now come back and get back on this team. So yeah, it was great. It was great.
Was football the love of the sports? Was that the one, or was it basketball?
It was actually basketball.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. So the story around that, I was pretty good in basketball. I wanted to go play some basketball, but I was getting pushed towards football because somebody was like, if you go and play football, there's not that many 6'5" receivers, but there's plenty of guys that are 6'5" basketball players. So you have a good chance of making it in football. But my heart was really in basketball.
Ooh.
So, and I had a chance to go in college and play, but it was tough because I would still have to do football workouts and do basketball workouts while still doing school and the study hall stuff we have to do.
So when football became the one that you eventually pursued after college, right? Like you did play after school, correct?
Yes.
Did you feel like you were leaving some of yourself behind, or did you just go with it? What did that feel like to kind of pick one and it may not be the loved one?
Yeah, no. So, I still played basketball. I was on basketball teams, basketball leagues. Like I was still doing that, but I say my heart was still in basketball, you know.
Yeah.
I'm out here doing football. Wow, like man, I could have been, because I have a lot of friends that made it in the NBA for basketball. That we was on the same teams in playing AAU. Select basketball together.
Yeah.
So we was playing select basketball together. Like man, we was all on the same team.
Yeah.
And I was playing against these guys, and look at them now. You know,
And you
like
could keep up.
And I could have been one of those guys in there. That was always in. Every time I seen it, I was like, man, I could have been there. But then sometimes they just faded, and I just like put all my eggs and focus on the football.
When it turns out that professional sports is no longer the route, which is it going to be the route again? I mean, are you thinking about ever going back, or?
Oh, no, I'm done.
It's done. Okay.
You're not getting rid of me. No, I'm done. No, I'm done with a lot of injuries. And what really made me, I got injured in 2015, and but I was away from my kids for a whole year.
Yeah.
Like I saw them maybe a month, if that, out the whole year, and I was like, man, I can't do this, you know. So I was just done after that, and now they're growing up. And they're in their sport, so now I really don't want to, miss it.
And you don't miss it, right? Like, are you? Because I always felt like when you're a professional athlete, or you're a star, or you're whatever it is that's sort of like this above level layer of life, that it's hard to kind of come back to normal. But maybe it's not always hard. I don't know. That's my perspective. It doesn't mean it's right, but.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad when I was done. No,
you were ready.
I was ready. Like, so even in college, like they tell you like, all right, you might make it, you might not. This is how many people trying out for the NFL. You need to finish and get your degree, and get your, do that. So I was like, all right, well, I finished school, graduate, got that. And then my last year, like I said, when I was away for a whole year, and they was sending me videos of my girls playing, and they're doing the basketball, soccer. And I was like, man, now, when I was done, I came back home, I didn't miss anything. Like I was making everything. I was taking them to sports while still doing the training, still trying to, get in the training, picking them up, dropping them off at school, doing all that. I was in the school, walking around, dead donut day and all this types of stuff. So, I'm the one that, to be honest, like, I have friends now that want to go out. Like, I don't want to go out. I want to sit here and hang out with the girls. Like, I'd rather just be at home because I've been away for that long, and that just took a toll on me. Like, I don't want to miss nothing. And
you're still away from them during the day, so it's because you're working really hard.
Yeah, for the summertime, it's tough. During when they are in school, it's not so bad. I still pick them up, take them to their sports, and then I start. Then kind of.
Yeah, but you have your times with them.
Yeah, I have my times with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys just got back from this vacation. I asked you about it, but I didn't get to ask you what your favorite part was. Like, you were in Colorado.
We was in Colorado. Yes, we went to the Rocky Mountains. We went to this thing called Bear Lake. And we went hiking up there. It was pretty. It was real.
And the 3-year-old can hike just like nobody's business.
No, so this way I had to get back to work, but I went up there by myself because I had to leave the next morning at 6. So I went and hiked and did all this by myself.
Good.
And my wife hiked the 3-year-old up and down the mountains. Like she had her on her back and she was hiking up and down. She said her legs was just done. She was like,
No joke.
yeah. And the 3-year-old didn't want to do anything.
Well,
she wants to be held all the time.
Of course.
Because she's the baby and she's, everybody, oh, yeah.
She's pretty cute. So what do you see? You said we can't get rid of you, which is a great, great thing because we don't want to be rid of you. We want more of you. What do you see in like the future?
To be honest, I don't know how, with the whole COVID thing going on, it's hard to even, maintain or get a building because I wouldn't have, people coming in because that was the goal at first is to get my own space. But, now I kind of want to do like the friend that I started out with. I wanted to do get a trailer and a mobile trailer. And have all the equipment like the squat racks, the bench press, and all the stuff on the trailer. So that's going to be my next thing that I want to do.
That is super really interesting and different. I love that idea.
Yeah, because he was mentioning to me, telling me some stuff about it, and I was like, oh man,
right.
That'd be good to do.
It's the perfect middle ground of having all the things that you need. Because that's hard. You take all that equipment out, then you change it up.
Yeah.
Not like you're using the same equipment every time. I think about that every time we put the stuff back in your truck. And I'm like, he's got to now take all this stuff out. Probably has to clean all of this stuff again. Then he's got to put it wherever he does. And I'm thinking his garage. And then I almost asked you the last time, when do you come up with the routine for the next time, which is the next day, to do it all over again?
Yeah.
It's whoa.
Mm-hmm. And
it's a lot of work.
It's some work. So I like to do to write my stuff out for the month. So all right. So
Smart.
Yeah. So for this, Tuesdays, I got, because I got 3 classes on Tuesdays, 6 a.m.
Right.
The 10:30 and
7.
The 7.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I want to write my stuff out so we all can at first I was changing it each and every day, and that took a toll.
Wow.
Each class I had something different. But now since I might tweak it a little bit, because I got the 10:30 is not going to do almost the same thing what the guys got in the mornings.
Right. That's great. That's great planning and proper planning and the reminder of why we need to plan.
Yes, because it's easier. At first, I was kind of because I sleep better when I got everything planned out. I can just wake up out of bed, eat my breakfast, and go over there to...
No, because I actually was thinking, because, I take the 7 o'clock sometimes. Lately, it hasn't been so hot, and I did it a couple times this week. And so we're finishing at almost 8 o'clock. And I was thinking, and sometimes I know you have something else to do after that. So I was like, when does he get all of this stuff out of his truck and do all of that? So I actually am relieved to hear that for you. Because my heart sank last time. I was like, it's just so much work. I mean, there's just so much more than the class itself. It's just a lot of coordination and a lot of work. Yeah. So,
and that's why I got my website where I can see how many people I'm going to have coming in for that day. And I can pack up or, pack whatever I need, the extra stuff, the extra equipment, so.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the trailer idea. I think that's brilliant because it's really a great, COVID or no COVID, it works.
Yeah.
It's a store on wheels essentially, or a gym on wheels.
And my wife will love it because I can get all the equipment out the garage.
She can maybe park in the garage.
Yeah, she can park in the garage.
I love that so much. What do you think is something that those of us that we know we want to get athletics into our lives, but we hadn't started yet? What do you think is a really good way to just start moving?
With some athletics?
Yeah, just moving.
Just moving. I'm sure a lot of people have a basketball goal at their house. Mm-hmm. Or have some type of sporting thing at their house. You can go and do that. Go outside, play some little basketball, maybe shoot 5 baskets or something, and then and then just keep working from there.
like I've been talking a lot about joy and like fun, because I think sometimes we get to this stage of life that I'm in, which is much older than you, and we lose it. Like it's like sort of falls off of our plate a little bit. I felt joy when you said that. I was like, oh, that'd be so fun. Like just shoot a little bit of hoops. Yeah. Like, woo! Like that's a really fun way of looking at it. And takes the pressure off of, what it could be.
What it could be. Yeah. And then I had a friend that was mentioning to me, and that was like, you gotta get out. You're doing all this training. You gotta get out for yourself and have some fun. He was like, let's get a group together and go play some sand volleyball.
Oh.
Did
you start yet?
No, I haven't yet. Not yet.
You'll do it.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. I mean, it's just like you can get a group of friends. You can go at a bar or somewhere that has a sand volleyball. Just hang out, relax, and just play sand volleyball.
Do you get any time for yourself? I've thought about that too.
Sundays.
And you get to exercise and get your own fitness in, and
I do a little bit of it.
I mean, you look like you do.
Yeah. So, I work out when I got like maybe a 2-hour break, sometimes 3-hour break, and I work out in between there.
Okay. So you fit that into your own schedule.
I do. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you look like you do, and I certainly like when you're showing us what to do. You look like you can do it just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But it's true, you got a really tight schedule. So
yeah, whenever I get a break, I set a little block where I can go and work out. Yeah,
I love that so much. Well, I'm so glad you did this with me. I know this was uncomfortable, but I think the essence of who you are is so important. And any of us that take classes with you or that have our children with you would agree that you've got such a special quality, and part of that is the fact that you're not somebody that would normally do this. So it means a lot to me that you came, and thank you so much. I think COVID was a heck of a lot better with you in my life.
Yes, thank you. Can I tell a story about COVID real quick?
Please.
What happened? All right. So before COVID, I probably had like maybe 10 people, maybe less than that, including kids. Mm-hmm. And I was at this park. So once COVID hit, they closed everything down. They closed the park. And then stuff starting to open back up when they finally let us out. And somebody told me, was like, hey, you should go over to Park Hill. Yeah. I was like, it's open. And they was like, are you sure? And I went over there to Park Hill, and that's when it all just started. One person was just like, go to Park Hill.
Isn't that funny?
And went over there, and it was like, then y'all was, because I think y'all was walking.
I think that you saw my sister, and thank goodness started talking to her and invited her to come out, and thank goodness she asked me to come with her, because I don't think I would have ever met you otherwise. But,
and that's crazy, because I've been around, because I have kids that go to Bowie, that goes to the elementary, and I know some people at Brentfield, and it's just crazy. Like, I've probably seen a lot of the people, and it just didn't. And it was like, how long they just didn't notice, we just didn't talk to each other. Yeah. But now I feel like I know almost everybody over there.
Now you're a regular staple in the community, and everybody knows you. Yeah.
And today, one of the kids was like, man, everybody's just honking their horn at you. He was like, everybody. I said, hey, I've been here for a whole year now. Like, I've been working with a lot of the athletes and a lot of the adults there, and it was just like, then right after I said that, another person honked their horn. And I was like, man.
So I will give a testament to Prestonwood, which is the neighborhood that we're talking about, which is in far north Dallas. And Park Hill is the junior high in this neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. My sister obviously grew up in that neighborhood. We wouldn't have grown up separately. And we've continued to live in that neighborhood, right, for so long. I've lived in my house for 20 years. I have not moved. I've remodeled it like 3 times. My sister's moved. This is her 3rd house in the neighborhood. And it's just one of those neighborhoods that once you're in it, there's just nowhere else that you want to be. It's this perfect place. It's not perfect, but it's this perfect location with great people that live around there. And there's a lot of like support and, you know, community within the community. So somebody like you comes in and has this way with kids, and all of these parents who are looking for the best for their kids or the best for themselves or however, it's like a perfect blend. I mean, but this was a meant to be. I mean, that story is awesome because it was meant to be.
And what you talking about the community, somebody that I never met, just the other day, they brought me some water. Like that little thing just made me like, I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Like I never met this family or never seen it. Just like, we see you out here all the time. And it looked like you needed some water because I know, and it was like, I know that
and you did.
Yes, I did. And it was like, I noticed that you've been working hard, you know, here's some water. And I was like, thank you. Yeah. And like, I never met him, never seen him. And I was like, man,
it's warm. It's warm and it's close and it's, you know, it's big. It's not like a small part of town. There's lots of different portions within the community. But I think that you brought in so much, just so much joy and comfort. And I mean, you brought in athleticism at a time where we did not have an outlet. And now it's become, I mean, now it's like, who wants to go indoors?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's really become a way of life for many of us. And so, thank you for that. I mean, that's great. Like, really, but it's, that's where you belong. At least for now. Then, you know, you may belong in 14 neighborhoods and you have to sub yourself out. I don't know. You know?
Oh, yes. That's it. I want to expand. But right now, I'm happy. I like where I'm at. I like what's going on. And it's only up.
It's only up.
It's only up.
It's only up. Well, here's to wishing you only up, because that's what you deserve and that's what your family deserves. So thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
Hey, Dallas. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dallas Culture Club podcast. We know you have a million ways to spend your time, and we are thrilled to have you here with us. We'd love to connect with you. Go to dallascultureclub.com and sign up to join the club. Be the first to receive our latest episodes, invitations to roundtable talks and events, and connect with other local purpose-driven individuals. Go to dallascultureclub.com and join the club today.